Okay, so on this situation, the tower shown is subjected to three forces as follows. P1 equals 5 kilonewtons. P2 is 8 kilonewtons. And P3 is 10 kilonewtons. You are given the dimensions of A, 5.8 meters. And B is 3.2 meters. C is also given, which is equal to 2 meters. So for the first question, which of the following gives the reaction at B? So let's pansinin natin na this is roller support and this is a hinge support. So we will have here a vertical reaction and a horizontal reaction. Okay? Here we only have one reaction. Let's call it RA. Okay, and to solve for the reaction at B, basically we will just analyze the entire structure, no, the whole structure. So based on the whole structure, we can apply summation of moment at A is equal to 0, assuming counterclockwise positive. So from A, we have 10 kilonewtons times B. Okay, the rotation is clockwise, negative. And then also 8, rotation is clockwise times 3.2 times 2, no? Or that is, ganyan, 6.4. Okay? And then we have 5 times 3.2 plus 3.2 plus 3.2. That gives us 9.6. Okay? And then for BX, wala siyang rotation. For BY, meron siyang rotation na counterclockwise. So plus BY times 5.8 plus 5.8, that's 11.6, no? Okay, and that is all equal to 0. And from here, we should be able to calculate for BY. So we have 10 times 3.2 plus 8 times 6.4 plus 5 times 9.6 divided by 11.6. So that gives us a BY of 11.31. Okay. Now, a common trap sa board exam is yung hinahanap reaction. Tapos kapag na-solve mo yung vertical o di kaya yung horizontal, nasa choices. So you have to be careful, no? Hindi vertical nor horizontal ang tinatanong. Ang tinatanong dito is the resultant reaction. Kumbaga automatic yun pag sinabing reaction at a pin support, ibig niya sabihin doon is yung resultant. No? So kailangan natin dito ma-compute din yung Bx and then i-resultant lang natin. So to calculate for Bx, we will just take summation of forces x is equal to 0, assuming to the right is positive. So mangyayari lang dyan, we have 5 plus 8 plus 10 minus Bx is equal to 0. So therefore, Bx gives us 23 kilonewtons. Okay? So therefore, um, okay, so we can now calculate the reaction at B. So yung reaction sa B will be the resultant. So RB is just the square root of BX squared plus BY squared. And that gives us 25.63 kilonewtons. Okay, hence the correct answer here is letter D. Okay, next, which of the following gives the force in member AC? So ito naman, hanapin daw natin to. Okay, so to calculate this, siguro ang madali dito is mag-method of joint na lang tayo sa A. Total, dalawang member lang naman yung attach doon. Tapos isolve na lang muna natin yung RA, no? So ganun na lang. Okay, so to solve for RA, again, using the whole structure, we will just take summation of forces Y equal to 0, assuming upward positive. So we will have RA plus by, which is 11.31. So positive yung by, no? Ibig sabihin tama yung assumption natin sa direction niya. And then, I think that's it. Wala nang iba. So therefore, the reaction of A would be negative 11.31 kilonewtons. Okay, so meaning, baliktad yung direction natin. So either baliktarin mo to o di kaya i-retain mo yung direction niya tapos i-retain mo lang din ang negative siya. Pwede naman yun. Okay, and then from there, we can now apply joint at A. So let's isolate the free body diagram of joint A. So ito yung joint A. So meron ditong reaction na RA. Again, hindi ko na lang babaguhin, Pero i-retain ko na siya ay negative 11.31. And then, i-assume ko na ito ay tension. Ito yung force sa AI. Tapos, i-assume ko rin na ito ay tension. Ito naman yung force sa AC. Okay, so ang goal dito is makuha yung either yung slope nito or yung angle dito. Okay, so to calculate that, we can make use of this triangle. Okay, so ang gagawin ko dito is yung slope na lang. To calculate this side, okay, that is basically 5.8 minus kalahati ng C. Di ba ang kalahati ng C ay 1 meter? No? Minus 1. So that is just equal to 4.8. Okay? Tapos yung height naman, ito, I think that's pretty obvious. That's ano lang yan? The 3.2 times 3 or yan yung 9.6. So ibig sabihin, ang slope niya ay 4.8 horizontal, 9.6 vertical. Lagay natin dito. 4.8 and 9.6. Okay? So, we can actually simplify that if we want to, no? Kung gusto nyo i-simplify, pwede naman. Kunin nyo lang yung common ratio niya o di kaya yung common factor. So, ano lang siya, 2, no? So, pwede mo siyang i-simplify into ito ay 1, ito ay 2. No? Parang lumalabas lang kasi pag divide mo yung opposite, yung 9.6 over 4.8, parang naging ano lang siya, 2 is to 1. No? So, yun na lang ang gawin natin, no? Para hindi masyadong mahaba yung values ng slope. So, ang magiging hypotenuse niya ay square root of 5. Kaya ibig sabihin, yung slope nito is 1 horizontal, 2 vertical, tas square root of 5. Okay? So para lang umikli. Kung ayaw niyo no, nadilito kayo doon, o di you retain the original value. So 4.8 squared plus 9.6 squared. O di ito ay 24 square root of 5 over 5. Kaya lang, sabi ko nga, medyo mas, pero same lang to, no? Same lang yan. Similar kasi sila. Okay, kaya ito na lang yung gagamitin ko para mas maikli. So anyway, dito, we can now calculate for the required force AC by taking summation of forces vertical equal to 0. So we have PAC. Ang vertical component niya ay 2 over square root of 5. It is assumed upward. And then plus RA, kasi assume upward, no? Kaya plus is equal to 0. And then, pag sinamshoot natin yung RA, kailangan ipasok natin na siya ay negative to correct its own direction. Okay, so from here, we can now calculate for the force at member AC. So we have itong sagot, hindi, ito yun. Ito. Yung sagot natin dito, times natin ng square root of 5, divide natin ng 2. Okay, that gives us 12.65 kilonewtons. And kung mapapansin, pag sinolve ito, positive. So, ibig sabihin, correct na ito ay tension. Okay? So, 12.65 tension. Lastly, calculate the force in member GE. So, ito naman, pinapahanap. Okay, so para ma-compute yan, kailangan mag-method of section tayo dito. Kasi pag nag-method of joint ka lang sa G, hindi mo yan masosolve kasi meron tatlo na naka-attach dyan na parehas unknown. Okay, kapag nag-method of join ka naman dito sa E, ganun din. No? 1, 2, 3, 4. No? Kaya maganda dito mag-method of section tayo. So, to use method of section, kailangan daw, pag nag-cut tayo, yung madadaanan natin na members ay limited lang sa tatlong unknowns so that we can solve. Kaya lang, meron namang exemption yun. O pwede daw na susobra sa tatlong unknowns, basta yung ibang mga members, di ba, meron kang gusto i-solve na isa, no? Basta kahit marami sila, basta pagka nag-cut ka at yung ibang members magi-intersect into a common point or concurrent in a common point, then that cut is valid and you can solve for that single unknown na non-concurrent dun sa ibang mga forces na nadaanan, no? And ang ibig ko sabihin ganito, yung iba ginagawa dito, kinakat in this manner, pwede yan. Kasi kung mapapansin, lilitaw yung mga forces sa GE, KE, KF, at saka HF. Tapos, itong KE tsaka KF, mag-intersect naman sila. No? So, ibig sabihin, parang lumalabas kapag nag-intersect sila. Actually, hindi lang pala yun. Hindi lang pala silang dalawa. Actually, tatlo sila. No? Halimbawa, ito, tsaka to, mag-intersect silang lahat, hindi ba dito? No? So, dahil doon, we can solve for GE directly, no? Kapag gano'n yung cut natin. Pwede rin naman na ang cut natin ay pag ganito. Yan. Okay, ang lilitaw naman dito ay member GE, KE, FJ, tsaka FD. Pero pansinin nyo, itong KE, FJ, tsaka DF, lahat sila mag-intersect sa common point na to. At ano bang significance kapag nag-intersect? Pwede kang mag-moment dun mismo. Pag nag-moment ka dun mismo, ang matitira na lang sa moment equation mo ay ito na lang. Okay? So whichever of those cut is valid, no? Well, hindi pa pwedeng diretsyon ganito. Bakit? Kasi hindi to solve for GE, kailangan yung natitirang mga members ay mag-intersect in a common point. Kaya lang, ito mag-intersect dito. Pero ito tsaka ito parallel, hindi sila mag-intersect. Kaya pagka magagamit ka ng moment, walang specific point na kung saan matatanggal yung natitirang tatlong force to solve for the required, no? So dito kailangan natin i-isolate itong G. So either i-cut mo ng pagganito or i-cut mo ng pagganito. Okay? Tapos mag-moment ka sa F. Alright? So ang gagawin ko na lang, i-cut ko ng pagganito. Okay? So pag ginat natin ng ganun, we will end up with this. And then i-isolate ko yung ano, no? Yung ibabaw. Ayan. Okay, tapos i-isolate ko yung ibabaw. Kasi yung ibabaw, mas kakaunti yung mga ano mga force. So di ba pag nag-method of section tayo, it's much better to choose the side na konti yung force para hindi masyadong complicated. Okay? And then pagdating dito, we will just take summation of moment at F. But before that, we need to find this length. No, kasi kailangan natin, pag nag-moment tayo, kailangan natin ng moment arm nito, no? So wala rin itong dito sa kabila. So kumbaga, ang ibig niya sabihin ganito. Itong x na to, tsaka itong x na to, wala. So to solve for that, we will apply ratio and proportion, no? So remember from the original figure, meron tayong slope dito kanina, no? Yung slope dito kanina is 2:1. 1 horizontal, 2 vertical. Okay? So, therefore, we can just apply that and then take the ratio naman dito. So, ito ay x, as ito ay 3.2. So, therefore, we will have x is to 3.2, that's horizontal, vertical. And then, para sa malaking triangle, we have 1:2. So, therefore, x gives us 1.6. Okay? And then, dahil meron ka na ng x, magkakaroon na tayo ng moment arm para kay GE. Okay? So, dito kay GE, meron kang dalawang option. Pwede mo siyang i-retain dito, no? Andyan yung force. So, kapag nandyan yung force, meron kang horizontal component tsaka vertical component. Na kapag nandyan mo nilagay yung force, yung vertical component iikot, magkakaroon ng moment. Yung horizontal component iikot din, magkakaroon din ng moment sa F. Okay? An alternative is pwede mo siyang ilipat dito, no? Pwede mo siyang ilipat dito instead. Okay, pag dyan mo siya nilipat, Di ba? According to principle of transmissibility, pwede yun. Yung downward force niya, tsaka yung horizontal force niya, so yung downward force niya, iikot pa rin, pero yung horizontal force niya, hindi na iikot kasi dadaan na siya dun sa point of rotation natin. And that's what I'm going to do to simplify the calculation, no? So, ang meron na lang na component na iikot, ito na lang. Ay horizontal, yung vertical component. Tapos ang moment arm mo ito. Okay? So let's take summation of moment at F is equal to 0, assuming counterclockwise positive. We will have, unahin ko na itong 5. 5 kilonewton, ang moment arm mo ay 3.2. Ang rotation niyan ay clockwise. And then yung Y component ng PGE. PGE, ang Y component niya ay 2 is to square root of 5. Okay, di ba? Yung slope niyan, same lang dito kanina, no? Okay? And then the moment arm will be 2 plus 2x. 2 plus 2 times 1.6. Ayan. Okay? And then ang rotation na ipoproduce nito will be counterclockwise. Okay? And that is all equal to 0. Wala na namang ibang force. And then from here, we should be able to calculate the force at GE. So we have 5 times 3.2 over square root of 5 times 2 plus 2 times 1.6 that's divided by 2. Okay, so the force at GE, sorry, 3.2 pala to, not 3.5. Hold on. Mali. Ano pala to dapat? Pag tinranspose, cross-multiply pala yung square root of 5. So ulit. 5 times 3.2, tapos cross-multiply square root of 5, tapos divide 2 times 2 plus 2 times 1.6. Ayan. Should be 3.44 kilonewtons. And dahil positive, this is under tension. Okay, and our answer would be letter A. All right, so that's how you solve this problem.